gonna be your host on this episode.
Just like me, the two of us are gonna be your hosts for today again. My name is Cora. I am 20 years old. I am from Germany, and yeah, today we are going to talk a little bit about motorcycling. And for that, we have our guest right here with us. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, of course. Hi, I'm Josh, Josue. Once Cora told me that why should I change my name? So if it's Josue, it's Josue. So I'm Josue, I'm 32 years old, and I've been motorcycling about 5 years.
Okay, very cool. Thank you.
Years. Okay.
There's a lot of things that we do not know about motorcycling, actually, because we had a little bit of a conversation before, and actually we have no experience whatsoever. But that means also that we have more questions to ask you. For example, I think the biggest question is probably, what do you love about motorcycling the most?
Okay, what I love the most is when you go for travel, the experience is totally different when you are traveling by car. Why? Because you can feel the air, you can smell everything, you can see other stuff that you cannot appreciate when you are in a car. I think that is the principal point, because it's essential is you have your helmet and you can see everything that is around. I have to make a point here, because I don't like to ride too fast, because you are not seeing everything that is around. So I rather to go slowly, and like that way I can see everything that is around.
Do you take a lot of breaks when you do motorcycling to appreciate the nature?
No. And I mean, we don't stop a lot, but the thing is that we go to about 100 kilometers, and at that speed you can see everything, because if you go faster than that, you cannot appreciate. You are only focused on not falling.
Oh yeah, like your vision, it's like way shorter, right?
Yep.
When you go faster.
Yep.
And what do you think? Well, not. What do your parents think about you riding motorcycles?
Again, please.
What do your parents think about you?
They wouldn't agree, because they told me that it was a risk, and all the consequences that have by riding a motorcycle. But my brother, my nephew, they already ride. So the thing is that it's kind of family thing, and if we go together, it's a kind of bit safer.
Okay, they view it as more safer.
If we ride together, and I think it's not that how do I say? It's not dangerous as the people already imagine, because if you have your equipment, you have your helmet, your gloves, everything that you need, is a little bit safer. But you have to put in attention in everything that is around to you, even from the back.
I have a question. Have you ever been scared while riding the motorcycle, or were you scared before learning how to ride?
No, because I think that already having an accident, but I've never been afraid. There's only a thing when I was in the Baja, that I was looking the map and I was surprised, and it gives you a feeling about that you are so far away from your home. That I was here and my home is here. So if anything happens, it's going to take a lot of
You're
time to go
completely
back.
alone. And actually, I had a conversation earlier with some people who told me that like 65-70% of people in Mexico live in the center of Mexico. So when you drive out on your motorcycle through the country to Baja California, there is probably also just not that many people around who would be able to help you, right?
Consider that you have to be you need to have everything to make a fix to your motorcycle. Already I have my tools, my anti-flat, I don't know in a way to say.
Yeah, like something against a flat.
you okay. And the thing is that you need to have all the things that you will need if something happened to you. So that's the principal point. As you say, there's nobody in Sonora, in Mazatlan, when you're crossing all the states, and you have to be able to fix your bike.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. And you can obviously.
See, I know, but you need to know how it works, because what happens that some guy got a flat tire and he didn't even know how to change his tire.
Did you know this person?
Him.
Okay, and is it a story that he told you?
No.
Or
it
did you
happened.
see him?
Yeah,
You were with him. Okay.
See, and the thing is that with all the guys of the club, we changed the tire. But the thing is that who knows this? I know who know to because when you got a flat tire, you have two things. There's a kind of tire that is tubeless.
That is what?
Tubeless. With no, in Mexico we say cámara, that you have the tire and there's some kind of tire that need a camera. That camera gives support to the tire, and there's another one, the tubeless one, that doesn't need that camera.
Okay.
And so if you have a tire with the camera version, you need to have some pails to take it away. Then you have to put a new camera, and no camera as a picture. It's a kind of rubber.
Yeah, I've heard that tubeless tires are a bit more like dangerous. I've heard.
No, it's not. It's easier because with the rim they had kind of it's not mechanism. It's like a border in the edge of the rim and make a seal. So when it's get inflated, it make a seal.
It makes a what?
A seal, a sello. I don't know how to explain. You just imagine you have a bag and it start to inflate and reach some kind of pressure that make a seal, like a
pressure.
A pressure. And when it reaches that pressure, it doesn't allow to get a leak of that pressure.
Yeah, like it stops the air from getting out of the tire.
Yep.
Okay. Interesting. Physics.
See?
Wow, I've never been good at physics. Actually. Okay.
Actually, you need to know some tricks, because we all the members of the club have a BMB motorcycle. So the thing is, the F700 have a tricky part, because if the fuel pump gets damaged, you can change it from a Suru. So you go to the body shop, and you ask for a fuel pump of the Suru.
Okay.
And you can, and it's the same component.
Okay, that's good. And that's cheaper, or?
It's cheaper.
Okay.
It's even cheaper, because if you go to the dealership, it costs about 4,000 pesos, and if you go to the body shop of the street, you can buy a fuel pump for 600 pesos.
Okay.
And it works.
Wow, that's perfect. That brings me to the question in general: how expensive is this hobby?
The first thing is that when you buy a motorcycle, you say, I already have, and that's it. But it's a huge mistake, because you don't realize that you need a helmet, but not just a regular helmet. You need gloves, leather gloves, you need a jacket. The basic one is a leather one, but also you will need some jeans or pants. The boots and
and also gasoline, no?
Yeah, the gasoline. Yeah, because one of it is the most expensive. But if you see how expensive is a helmet, you can go from 1,000 pesos to 25,000.
Okay.
Like, which is the basic helmet to have? Like, if I'm not a pro and I don't want to waste or spend like a huge amount of money.
You have when you buy a helmet, you have to check for two certifications: the European and the American one. If the helmet
what's the difference?
The American is like is more rigorous, and the American is just have some basic things. Both certification protects you, but the thing is the materials, because I think the expensive one is about carbon fiber, and other ones are just plastic.
Okay.
80,000
Yeah.
people. Oh no.
No, 8,000.
And it's a cheaper one,
Oh wow.
8,000. And also you have to check the size, because as you know, it's not a universal size. You can.
How much does a motorcycle cost actually?
Well, my helmet cost me about 8,000. My jeans, because it has a Kevlar, is 7,000. It's too expensive though. Already happened to a friend that she was riding about 180 kilometers per hour and she fell. But the thing is that all the clothes were from a good brand, and it doesn't happen anything to him.
Oh wow,
Mhm.
that's crazy.
Mhm.
And how much does the motorcycle cost itself? Because I mean I know that there's big differences, but like I don't know in like where we're
An
at.
Italica, for example.
And Italica, there's a thing of Italica because everybody makes laugh of Italica, but the thing is a good brand because if you go to a pharmacy and ask for a nut, they're gonna give it to you. And if you have a Ducati or something, if you don't go to the dealership, you're not going to find anything.
Oh.
What exactly are we talking about?
So Italica, it's a brand, but it's like a cheap brand.
Mhm.
Like you can buy an Italica in something called Electra, which is not like a great.
Electra is a kind of store that sells everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, if we check, we have here, you have the work bikes, the scooters, they have a sport line, and well, the one that I love is the double purpose because you can go to the dirt and
The
go-
street.
The street. As you see, the basic one that is 150 centimeter cubic, that is the size of the motor.
Okay.
It costs 26,000. That's
Wait.
the cheaper one.
How much is that in euros?
Like 1,000.
Yeah, 1,000.
But if you go to the BNB page, the Motorrad,
Those
the
are-
cheaper one is about 140,000.
And what's your favorite brand?
BNB, because they have a huge dealers around all Mexico, and it happens to you, they offer you the service that they can pick you.
Oh, so if you have an accident, they will come and pick you up?
Yep.
Thank God. If
Yeah.
that's what, like, with what we were talking about earlier, that's pretty necessary sometimes,
Mhm.
no?
Look, this is the cheaper one, 141,000 pesos. And then if you go to the newest one, let's see how much it costs.
553,000 pesos.
But wait, there's more. There's a version that is called Gran America, and no, look, the Transcontinental.
Almost 600,000 pesos.
And
Oh
there's
my
a
God.
version, the tourist version. Ah no, well this is the sport.
How much money do you need to buy a house?
It's you're right in a house.
Yeah.
And
600.
this one, this one.
Yeah. 688,400 Mexican pesos.
Yeah.
That is insane.
And this, I think that BNB is one of the cheapest of the
Good ones.
of the good ones, because if you go to Harley, it's ridiculous the price of the Harley Davidson, because they have a lot of versions, but the one that I like is the Ultra version because they are the biggest one, but it's too expensive. It's about 100,000. Look,
Oh, 1 million.
see?
Yeah.
Crazy.
And also like KMW is also expensive, right?
Yep.
Oh. Street Climb.
The street light.
But they have nice colors, no?
They have nice colors. Also, the one thing that you need to know is that there's a lot of type of bikes. You have the in Mexico we call the choppers, but I think there's a it's mostly American style, the Harley Davidson and Indian. You have the sport ones that is Kawasaki, Yamaha, Honda, but that one doesn't like me because you go the position that you go is too sporty and horses back.
Oh.
Then you have the double propels that they're the comfortable of all because it's like you were sitting. What else? You have the naked version that doesn't have any windshield and all the air goes straight to your helmet. Then what else?
How noticeable is that when you're wearing a helmet?
Oh.
That it depends because the helmets usually they cover you from your eyebrows to your chin, and that's the vision that you have. But there's another one that the visor goes to the chin, and I prefer those because the vision that you have
It's bigger.
is bigger.
It's like a bigger screen TV.
Exactly.
Okay, and that makes sense.
Oh, and what was your first motorcycle?
My first was
What a nice
a
question.
Bajaj. It was a 400cc. Everybody told me, no, you are crazy because you are getting a bigger bike because it's supposed that when you start to ride, you begin with 150 to 100 is the biggest side that it's supposed that you have to begin. But they decide, nah, I will go with 400. Okay. And the thing is that I really love because had enough potence, power to all those things.
Oh, okay, so 150 and to 200 means less horsepower.
Yep.
Okay.
And it is the way 200 have like 15 HP horsepower, and then you move. Actually, the one that I have is a 7050 and it's about 80 horsepower.
Okay.
And as you're not going able to see, but that was my first bike. It's a Dominar from Bajaj, and it was a 400.
It looks very sporty.
Yeah.
I like it. Okay, very nice. And it also has the screen in the front.
And that's one accessory that I really put because the
you put it yourself.
The original windshield was too short.
Oh no.
And what kind of helmet are you wearing in that photo?
Nolan in 100. I don't know all the name, but it's a Nolan one. I prefer this helmet because it has the certification, the European and American.
And it also has the bigger screen, right?
Yep.
Yeah, the bigger
It has
vision.
Yeah.
Yeah, bigger screen TV. Okay.
That's a 1200cc BMB.
How did you actually get into the hobby?
Because my brother, because once he told me, join me, I'm going to take a little ride. That's it. And that time I rode as a passenger.
It's a different one.
And from that moment it was like, that is for me. It was like.
Yes, I like this.
See?
I will keep doing this.
Because at the beginning I was really into the cars and about the modification, all those stuff. But once I rode a motorbike, it was like I really like this thing because it's kind of you have to experience that because when you are with your bike, it's you and your bike and how you trade your bike because one thing that we say is that as the way I take care of my bike, I think that she's going to take care of me.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
And one of the hardest part of riding is that you have to coordinate everything because in your right hand you are controlling the gas and the front brake. Then with your left hand are controlling the clutch and all the buttons that have. With your right feet, you are controlling the back brake, and with your other feet are moving all the changes from 1 to the 6 speed.
Did you say earlier that you have had an accident?
No,
No?
thank
Never.
God, I never had.
Okay. Then one question. Nolan, have you ever tried riding a motorcycle? Have you ever been on a motorcycle before?
I have never, but I would love to someday.
Okay.
I'm actually more into, I think, sport bikes. Like, I think this type of bike is great, but like,
Are you scared?
no, like, I think it's too big for me. Like,
Okay.
Yeah, like.
So you
sport-
rather the sports one,
Yeah,
like
like.
Kawasaki,
Yes, Bugatti. Have you seen Bugatti bikes?
Ducati.
No, I have
Bugatti,
not.
Ducati.
Yes.
Bugatti is the car one.
Yes. Oops.
Interesting.
Yeah, like more sportish,
Mm-hmm.
I guess. Yeah, and also I love the chopper because there was a game called Jetpack,
Okay.
and so
A
he
video
had,
game.
He robots.
Yeah, a video game.
Okay.
And he had like a chopper bike. So yeah, I think that's why I like chopper as well.
The thing with the choppers is that, well, with me, once I rode a Harley, but it doesn't like me because I look too big for the bike,
Okay.
and it was like too funny to that. But if I rode a Ultra or CBO, it's like the size for me because it's
Yeah.
a bigger bike.
Mm,
I have been not really on a motorcycle, but like on more of a motorbike. I don't know how you call it in English, but I actually love riding motorcycles as a passenger. But I get really scared when I'm the driver because the first time I tried it, I laid myself flat.
See.
So yeah, I'm a little bit intimidated by doing it myself for doing it myself. But I love being on the motorcycle because of the wind and the smells and the I don't know, just being there. It feels a little bit like flying, no?
The last big trip that we made, it was to Oaxaca, and the thing is that it was near from the Day of the Dead. So we were crossing Puebla and we saw all these cempasúchil fields, and the thing is that it was raining a little bit, and you can smell the cempasúchil from the road to the plant.
Wow, that's perfect.
Yeah.
That's really a memory that you cannot like record or
No.
anything. That's something that you really have to be there. But I think that's also something that just stays in your brain forever.
Also, when we were going to the Baja, when we arrived to San Carlos, it was something like it take out a tear from me because San Carlos is a kind of town, but it's different because it's the desert, you have the ocean, and that mix of the red sand with the cold ocean is totally different. It's like I never imagined being here.
Okay, wow.
A funny thing that I do with my bike is when I'm in a long travel, I like if my bike was a horse and I'm giving.
Oh, okay.
Like you pet it, you're like,
Uh-huh.
you're okay, sana.
Así, like that.
Do you give it some treats?
Sí.
Some gasoline.
Yes.
Also, something that I want to mention is that the common thought is that if you are making a turn to the right, you have to put your body to the left. So that's not how it works, because if you are making a turn to the right, your body has to lean to the right, because you have to move the center of all the thing that is you and your bike. And if you move to how the turn goes, it's easier that you don't fall. I mean, if you are turning to the right, your body has to go to the right. That's also in
It's kind of
Spanish.
scary, no?
Yeah, because you have to. It's kind of thought that you have to take it away because you already have in your inconscience. So the thing is that in Spanish we say donde pones el ojo pones la bala, and it's like where you put your eye is where it's going to move your bike.
Yes. Oh my god, yeah, I learned that also when I was learning how to drive the car.
That is the same principle.
Okay, very interesting. Would you mind telling us about your favorite trip that you've done on your motorcycle?
Yeah, it was to the Baja California because it was a trip about 18 days.
Yeah,
That
so long.
it takes a lot to go to Mexicali. The first day we went to Mazatlan, we sleep here, and then we moved to San Carlos. Then we go to Mexicali and we rest in Mexicali for a day. After that, we moved to Ensenada, and that's one of the most amazing things that I've experienced because from the heating weather of Mexicali, you move to Ensenada and it's cold, and you can be in Mexicali at 40 degrees, and then in Ensenada it's about 50, like here in Toluca. And what else? One of the things that I always want to remember is when we saw the whales in La Paz.
Okay.
And the feeling that you can do the travel by car or by airplane, but the thing is experience the roads, all the things that happen, because also happened to us something funny because as you know, in Mexico we have to take care about of the bad guys.
Oh, yes.
And
Narco?
and somebody told us that they don't know you, you don't owe me anything to those, so you have to charge gasoline. You put it and move on.
Oh wait, so they are in the gasolines?
Yep.
In gas stations?
The gas station. The gas station.
In serio?
Hmm?
So are they just the gas station attendees? Are they
No,
do
no,
just
no.
work there, or?
As you know, there's a lot of people who is looking to you, and it's like just go and do the things that you have to do and move on.
Okay, so you can just notice that they're noticing
Yeah,
you.
you can
Okay.
notice.
And you do not want to start talking to them?
No, you have to do the things that you are going to do,
Okay.
and that's it.
Yeah, like
Whatever.
very straightforward, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And were you ever scared in one of those moments, or
No.
maybe intimidated or something?
No.
No?
I think in Mazatlan I get scared because it's all the noise of the city that you are not into those kind of culture. So I think that is the moment you realize that it's not going to happen anything to you and move on.
Okay.
And have you planned your next trip or?
Yeah. I think that if everything goes well, I'll be in Texas in the next April, and we're going to the trip we're going to do it by motorcycle.
Okay, Texas. I think like it's your first time like road tripping in United States?
Yeah,
or?
it's the first time.
Oh, okay.
So you got a visa and everything?
Everything.
already? Perfect.
That's
I
the
love
reason
that.
why I want the visa.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. I wanted to ask because I'm always very curious about that part of motorcycling, because I've seen it in Mexico a few times on the streets that people have like motorcycle races. Have you ever done one of those?
No.
Okay.
I don't like. One thing that most people say that you have to know how far or how good is your bike. So once in the life, I think that you have to prove all the abilities of your bike. So at that point, the fastest speed that I've done with my bike is 205 kilometers per hour.
Okay.
But it's like you don't enjoy it unless you are
Crazy.
tip. Yeah, because it was like 2 minutes going at that speed, and it was no, I don't want anymore.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't even consider that you stop being able to perceive your surroundings.
You don't perceive anything.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Okay, crazy. But I think it looks cool.
Yeah.
Once a friend told me that at least once in the life I have to try a sport bike because it's different. Because you are in these double purpose bikes, you are in a higher position, and so you can see everything. But in a sport one, you are like most to the ground, but that helps you because you have the center of the bike is too close to the ground, so you can move easily with that.
Okay. Okay, very nice. And I have one more question. Well, we've already kind of answered this. But what kind of feeling does riding a motorcycle give you?
Totally is a feeling of freedom.
Yes.
Because you can smell, you can see, and it's like your abilities, your concentration, all that you have applying with the motorcycle. And if I made a mistake, probably it's going to take me a lot. So I have to be concentrated. I don't need any distraction. When you are riding with a passenger, it's not just me.
Yeah.
I have to take care of the person who is with me.
Right.
So you are a very responsible driver.
Yeah.
Very good. We love hearing that.
Yes.
Okay, and I think you also have a somewhat personal relationship with your bike, right?
Yeah, you will develop that relation because, as I already told you, when I'm riding or when I'm cleaning or when I'm doing anything with my bike, I'm taking care of you, so I think you are going to take care of me.
Right, yeah. Like the way you treat it is gonna treat you,
Yep.
right? Oh, okay.
And the way that you respect your bike, he is going to respect you.
Absolutely agree
Mhm.
with that. Yes.
But maybe it's also just because of the headspace, because if you're actually treating your bicycle with care, then you're also going to drive more carefully.
Yeah.
Of course, you're going to take better, you're going to put attention on the other, of any dangers that could also hurt your bike.
Yep.
And therefore also you.
And that's the thing that it takes me a lot. Well, I mean that it's hard to me because when I am in a market, I am in something, I can just leave my bike and I have to. If I park in some place, I need to watch my bike because I don't feel safe if I don't look it.
Aww. Why does this make you feel kind of warm inside?
Yeah, my dad does the same thing, but with his cars, he has to watch the car, so he feels safe.
Okay.
Yeah. I understand that feeling.
Also, I want to mention that when you get your bike, it's not getting your bike. You are going to see some accessories and you are going to buy it. Because when I already buy it, I didn't have the top case and I want it and it cost me a lot. Look, again, you're not going to see it because I didn't have this top case where I can put some stuff, my tools, my everything.
Okay.
But then I wasn't too happy with that because I want the panniers. Then I see for these panniers and say, well, that's the way that I want that look my bike. Where is it? Here. And you're going to buy a lot of stuff. That's the top case. And then the boxes that go to the size.
Okay. Perfect. Anything else that you would like to tell about your motorcycling experience or whatever you want to tell us about it? Were those scorpions?
Where?
Or what is that?
I know it's
Oh, it's people.
It's people. but again, you're not going to see it. But here we were in a drowned lake, in a way to say, because look.
So we are currently seeing a video of a drone recording. So from the sky of Jose's travel group. Where is it?
Zitácuaro, Michoacán.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Okay. and there's a lot of like, well, ground sand. Is it sand or what is it?
It's the
Oh wow!
the bottom of the
Okay.
lake.
Oh, it's the bottom of the lake. Okay,
Mhm.
how cool! And the drone zoomed out, and we just saw.
I think because
Everything.
there was the water was too heat. I mean too hot, and it was I don't know again to say it's sequía.
The condensation happened.
Like that.
It condensated? Is that a word?
I think.
And we have a lot of look, I already find. Look, there's a lot of pictures here about the travel to the Baja, and as I told you, here it was San Carlos, and they have amazing sunsets there.
Yeah, we're currently seeing a picture of a hill and some ocean on the horizon and a beautiful sunset.
Then that the sunset, the cactus, they have
Huge
like
cactus.
huge, like I don't know, 10 meters tall.
That's crazy. Wow.
A friend of the group.
People posing with the
And
cactus.
how do you meet all these people? Like,
Because those get each other before I get to the club. They already ride together before
okay.
that.
So you have met a lot of new people through your
Yep.
hobby, right?
Also, that's a good point that you are mentioned because sometimes that I travel both with my car, I get each other with the bikers, and it was, where are you going? No, I'm going to Vallarta, in example. And what you are driving? I have a B&B. And the thing is that the biker union, in a way to say, is too strong because if it happens anything to you on the road, they are going to help you.
Okay.
Also, once happened to me that we were going to Tasco, and there's a lot of, it's a curvy road. So the thing is
a lot of
that,
serpentines.
yep, like serpentines. And one guy fall from the road, and we as a group, we helped him to get out of the barranco, the reef.
How nice of you.
That's the thing that I was telling you, that you have all the red rocks and with the ocean.
Of all of the friends that you have at the moment, are most of them also bikers? Or
Yeah,
no? Yes?
yeah, they're into. Look, when we were crossing the Sonoita Desert,
It's beautiful.
that's amazing because it's the sunset going down, and then once the sun goes totally down, then appears a bigger one that at least like 20 minutes, and you are seeing I don't know if you're right to say the shadow, but you can see the reflection of the sun.
oh yes.
Wow, amazing. That's beautiful. And how often, if you are going from here to Baja California, how often do you encounter gas stations?
It's like every 2 hours.
Every 2
Every
hours.
2 hours.
Yeah, because well, the tank of my bike is not as big as the other models because I have 15 liters and the other guy have like 30.
So that's how often you need
Yeah.
to get it to a gas station. Okay.
My tank is like 300 kilometers, but also I need a bit for the gasoline, like this one.
Okay, but there are enough gas stations in general.
Yeah, there's enough,
Okay.
but you have to. Well, if you're riding a bike, it's recommended that you have I don't know how's it work. I think it's jerry can. It's another can for gas.
So you carry your own gas
Yep.
for emergencies.
For emergency.
Okay, oh thank God. I was really, because like imagine you get stranded without any gasoline.
Yeah.
That would be
Yeah.
horrifying.
Yeah, you would be hitchhiking.
See?
Yeah, oh no.
Yeah.
And he would never leave his bike though.
Yes.
Does your
yes.
bike have a name? Did you give it a name?
No,
Oh,
I
no.
no.
Okay.
I already haven't. I thinking about a one. That's actually this. I think is one of the my favorite pictures of my bike.
That is beautiful. It looks like the bike is modeling.
Okay.
It's like
Yeah.
Also, when in this travel, I bought sheep leather. In Spanish, we say salea.
okay.
But the sheep leather helps you to get a little bit comfortable for the travel.
And that's your daily drive?
No, 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 no,
That's not your daily?
no, because that's a point that you are mentioning. Because if you take your bike for daily, is I think is
It's gonna get broken.
no broken because you are going to give it maintenance. But the thing is that I don't know. I don't like it because I have to take a lot of things with me. My
Oh, the equipment,
Ah.
right?
Yeah, my equipment.
Okay.
For your
that's
job.
Yep.
Okay, so it's just not very
Yes.
practical.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's one of the reasons that I don't like to drive it daily.
okay.
I thought it might be because you have to take more more care of it if you use it more, and
No.
that might be a little bit harder. I don't know.
No. But the thing is that if you are responsible, you know that you have to wear everything, and especially the shoes because once happened that I was in the road and some guy was with flip flops.
Okay.
Like,
But it was okay with him.
yeah, it was okay, but it was.
Sure.
Mm.
And
It's
here
not
is the
recommended.
Hotel California in
Hotel
from the sun, and it's very tiny the hotel.
Okay. Okay. Do you have another question to ask, Nolan?
I think it's great. I'll definitely try to ride a motorcycle one of these days. Yeah,
I will
absolutely.
not. I'm not allowed to.
The thing is that here in Mexico is not a culture. It's not the culture is not big as is in the other countries.
Right.
But well, here in Baja California they have a restaurant that is called La Garita. There actually was a garita from the policeman.
What
and
is garita?
like a kind of
Is it a
as-
badge?
No. It's a station from the cops, from the
Oh, like
militaries.
like a sheriff station. Okay.
And they when it didn't work anymore, they take it and make a restaurant. The thing is that if you roll to the Baja, you have to go to the La Garita.
Oh, so it's just one.
Just one. Just one.
Okay.
And as you see, there's all the
A lot of biker gangs.
The house of the motorcycle.
Corsarios, Baja California, the name Lobos del Camino, Pirata. It was something that I really liked. It was like a Pancho Villa, something like that. Carrilleros, like the old military person. Carrilleros.
Okay, cool.
And the police.
Okay, very nice. That is an awesome picture. Is there any way we can upload that?
Yeah,
Maybe if you
Tim?
can give us some of the pictures, we
Please,
can
yeah.
upload them. That would be really cool.
to put in the
Thank
video.
And that was when we were going back to Mazatlan, and we crossed from La Paz to Mazatlan by ferry.
By ferry. Oh.
This is why I have to put the lines to my bike.
Oh, okay.
And it was very funny because I was with my brother, and what do we do with these lines?
You put them on your bike.
Yes, I will put it, but what else? And some guy from the ship tell us, do you want us to help us? Sí, por favor.
Yes,
We don't know how to do.
Yeah, please don't damage my baby.
And you are with the feeling that what happened with my bike because
Right.
the bike.
It's gonna fail or something.
Yeah.
It looks like it might fall. It doesn't look that secure. Okay, everything was fine.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
That's it.
Very nice. Anything else that you want to share with us today about your motorcycling experience or whatever?
I think that it's a great experience because the feeling of the freedom is not comparable with anything. Respect the bikers and always remember that our bikes are are smaller than the cars, and probably you are not going to see us. So you have to put attention when you are driving. Don't use the cell phone and respect the bikers.
Exactly. Be a responsible driver. All drivers should be like that.
Yep.
Very nice. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, and we will. Do you want to say anything more?
No, I'm totally gonna be a rider from now on. Yeah. Yes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
So thank you very much for joining us, and we'll be seeing you or
We will be hearing us next week again. And also thank you so much to Jose for stopping by and sharing your experiences with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
Bye.
Bye bye.